Today, we're going to talk about why you're always tired. Because if you're always tired, it's not just because you need more sleep. Okay, there's other reasons. And in this video, I'm going to cover 7 of those reasons that you may be tired all the time. Now I'm gone. Make another video specifically on the topic of how much sleep do we really need, because that's a very interesting topic. But today we're going to talk about these other reasons. So let's dive into the 7 reasons why you are always tired. The first reason is that your diet is destroying your energy. So if you eat a lot of sugar, or you do a high-carb diet, you're going to have a lot of fatigue. The reason for that is because when you eat sugar or carbs, your body converts it into glucose, which then gets into the cell. And the problem with that is it creates oxidative stress, which creates inflammation, and that leads to fatigue. So if you want more energy, you need to eat less carbs and sugar. The second reason is that you have insulin resistance, and that can also create a lot of fatigue. So people with metabolic syndrome, prediabetes, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all have a tremendous amount of fatigue because they have insulin resistance. 3 is you're not getting enough protein. Protein is very, very important to have good energy levels because protein helps you stabilize your blood sugars. It helps you not have the big swings in your hunger and your fullness, and it helps you with satiety. So if you're not eating enough protein, you're going to be hungry all the time, and you're going to be tired all the time. The next one is vitamin D. If you're low in vitamin D, you're going to have a lot of fatigue. Vitamin D is so important for energy. In fact, there's many studies that show that people that have the highest levels of vitamin D have the least amount of fatigue. So if you're low on vitamin D, take vitamin D3. The next one is thyroid. If you have any type of thyroid problem, whether it's Hashimoto's or Graves' disease, or any of the other thyroid conditions, you're going to have a lot of fatigue. In fact, the most common complaint of people with hypothyroidism is fatigue. So if you suspect that you have a thyroid problem, get your thyroid checked out. Now, this next one is really interesting. A lot of times people will have this question. They'll say, well, what about all the vitamins and minerals and different herbs and things like that? Can those help me with my fatigue? And the answer is yes. There's quite a few that can, but I think the biggest one that really helps people with fatigue is B vitamins. Specifically B1, if you take B1. That can give you a lot of energy because B1 helps you convert your food into energy. So B1 is very, very important. One of the best foods for B1 is nutritional yeast. Also, there's a couple good B1 supplements out there, and the last one is adrenal problems, okay? If you have a problem with your adrenals, you're going to have a lot of fatigue because your adrenals make certain hormones that regulate stress. If you've re-stressed out all the time, or you've been stressed out for a long period of time, you can actually burn out your adrenals. And there's a condition called adrenal fatigue. So you need to work on reducing your stress. And you can also take some adaptogens to help the adrenals. Now there's many, many different adaptogens. Some of the most common ones are ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil. These are all herbs that can help you with stress. And so if you take those, they can indirectly help you with fatigue. Now, because of the censoring and the suppressing of the algorithms, it's becoming more difficult to find my content. And there's a lot of content that I cannot put on certain platforms, unfortunately. So to make sure you have full access of all my information, subscribe to my newsletter by clicking the link down below in the description. I will see you on the other side.